What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD Fins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Hit that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know about the channel as well. We are live. We're here to talk about the Miami Dolphins being exposed for neglecting the offensive line. Will a better line help Tua? We're going to talk about that and more right here on the TD Fins Talk show. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new to this channel, you have to subscribe right now. All right. We're about to hit a new threshold. We're trying to get to 32,000 on our way there. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for showing your love and support. And correction, we're already at 32,000. We're about to hit 32,200. 22 more subs. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I see people coming in. Ms. Relentless already in the building. Tyson C said Tua selling his house. We'll talk about all of that, all right? We're going to get into it. But without further ado, I just want to say I appreciate everybody who supports the channel on a regular basis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's dive in, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we all know that the Miami Dolphins for quite some time now have been neglecting the offensive line. Or have they? We know the story behind it. We've been preaching O-line, O-line, O-line. Mike McDaniel, Chris Grier are responsible for that. Chris Grier finally, I believe, 2 years ago had an awakening and said, I need to invest in the O-line and do better. But the problem is Mike McDaniel called him in and said, no, you don't. No, you don't. And actually 3 years ago. No, you don't. You don't need to invest in the offensive line, Chris. I'm going to show you that we're going to be successful without an O-line. My philosophy and my scheme is going to prove to you that we're good with the O-line we have now for the most part. Okay? Let's trade for Teron Armstead. We got him. Let's keep Austin Jackson, and let's move forward with this, and we'll be fine. Let's go get Connor, X, Y, and Z. So, moving forward, here's what a lot of people don't like to talk about. They did prove it. They actually did prove it. They did prove that the Miami Dolphins can have success without adding any more to the O-line. Everybody forgets about 3 years ago when we had what we can call the number one offense in the NFL, one of the best passing games, one of the best rushing games. Have you all forgotten that? Have we forgotten that Mike McDaniel actually proved, hey, man, look at these same characters. We're good. We're good. Now, the problem with all of that is this, okay? The problem is when somebody goes down with an injury or somebody gets hurt, we're just in trouble. We're in big trouble. We struggle within the O-line. But I'm going to go over some statistics for you all with the O-line and talk about the O-line. And we need to really look at the deeper dive into it of will it really help the Miami Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, okay? Okay, someone asked in the chat the link to the membership. All right, I got you. I'm dropping it right now, okay? If you want to become a member of the channel, the link, I just dropped it, okay? I just dropped the link. So if you want to become a member to the channel, go ahead and click on that link and join the channel membership, all right? We're also going to be doing something we're going to be doing something pretty cool every month going forward, okay? Starting in April, okay? Well, we're in April. Starting in May, excuse me. Starting in May, we're going to do something real cool on the channel. I'm going to be doing a giveaway, okay? You know, 1 month it might be a jersey of your choice for the team. I should have did one this month for like a draft hat. We're going to do merchandise, maybe even a gift card so you can go spend, whatever it may be. But we're going to do a giveaway every month now, starting in May. What that giveaway is going to do, basically, if you gift someone a membership, okay? If you give someone a membership, you will be entered into the drawing. We're going to do a spin the wheel digital. I'm going to add your name so you don't have to worry about me, picking favorites or anything like that, like people, conspiracy theories. So get ready for that. Salute to Ms. Relentless, who just became a member. Thank you so much for joining the membership of the channel. We appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who gifts someone a membership, we will add them to the monthly drawing, okay? All right, it's going to be a spin the wheel feature, and we're going to be able to do a giveaway once every month. Might even be twice a month if we get a lot of people that actually participate. It just depends. It's up to, it just depends on who all participates, okay? All right, but welcome to the channel, Ms. Relentless. Thank you for your love and support and dedicated support, saying, hey, I want to support what you're doing over at TD Fans Talk. We have just over 100 members. I want to get to 500 members by December. So go ahead and join or give someone a membership if you have it like that, all right? All right, but let's get back to the content real quick. Let's dive in, okay? Mike McDaniel proved that we can win without all this O-line stuff people are talking about. But the problem is any injuries or anything like that, we're in trouble. We get in trouble, okay? And I'll read the super chats and the gifteds at the end of the stream so I can make sure. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. If you give someone a membership between this month and next month, I'm going to add you to next month's drawing, and it's probably going to be the biggest one the first month, all right? All right, salute to you, D-Hug all day, my brother in the building. What's up, man? All right, so after McDaniel was able to prove that, right? He was able to prove it. Then we realized, but if somebody gets hurt, we have no depth. We really don't have the best of an O-line. Plus, Teron Armstead is always hurt. Austin Jackson also gets injuries, right? So we still wanted to make the O-line better. We went into the next year and we regressed a little bit. Injuries again. Then last year, this is what I want to share with you all. I want to share what happened to the Miami Dolphins last year. This is in a tweet brought to you by Warren Sharp. Salute to Warren Sharp for even dropping this. This is good content, good information, and very informative for people to know, okay? It reads, the Miami Dolphins offensive line crippled the offense last year. Number 28th in pass blocking, number 26th in run blocking, which is horrendous. Their line is number 27th most expensive this year. Now, that's already a red flag. 27th most expensive, which in other words, okay, and that's what we're about to go into, by the way. We're one of the least spending teams on the O-line. Only 5 teams spend less than us going into this year, but a lot of those teams I've already looked up, they're young teams with young stud talent on the O-line. Not the Dolphins. We're number 27th most expensive this year. That's not putting much money into the room. It's not because they have a lot of young starters. They've invested the number 3 least draft capital into the O-line since 2022. So the Miami Dolphins, only 2 teams has invested in their O-line less than us. Another shame. But we have causation. Remember, Mike McDaniel, we don't need to. Let me prove it to you. Bring all the big wigs in the room. Sit them all around the table. Let me explain it. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Mike McDaniel called a meeting, had Greer, everybody that were all the higher ups in a room, and convinced them why we didn't need to upgrade in the O-line. Why Liam Eichenberg needs time to develop and he'll be just fine. Why Isaiah Wynn and all of these guys, right? That's what he did. Now they lost their best lineman, Teron Armstead. He's gone now. He was the 4th best offensive tackle last year and ranked number 8th in pressure rate allowed. Now let me say this. Teron Armstead, okay? Teron Armstead, out of about 35 left tackles, not right tackles, but left tackles, right? And actually, about 80 tackles, 85 tackles altogether. Teron Armstead was the 3rd best last year and 8th best in pass blocking. We'll take that all day. That's a bookend left tackle. 4th best old tackle last year in the whole league. 8th in pressure rate allowed. We'll take that all day, ladies and gentlemen. That's top notch. That's top tier. The 4th best left tackle in the league. Patrick Paul penciled in to start. Number 68 in pressures allowed. One of the worst, ladies and gentlemen. Technically, that doesn't even constitute being a starter. 68th. You're worse than some of the backups in pressures allowed. Number 82 out of 85 offensive tackles in overall grade. Only 3 left tackles in the entire NFL was worse than Patrick Paul. I know some people are gonna be like, "Come on, TD. I mean, he didn't play that much." It doesn't matter. The sample size we got was a train wreck. The sample size we got was a train wreck. And everybody like, "Oh no, Patrick Paul, I mean, he gonna step up. He's really good. I think this is the year for him." Yeah, but want more of that blind loyalty. More of that blind optimism with no statistical data to make you feel like I could see if he was in the 40s, maybe even 35. Well, that's showing that he's, not terrible. But we're talking about the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst. Let's move forward. Their other top tackle, Austin Jackson, ranked 80th out of 85 offensive tackles last year. And let me say this about Austin Jackson. I've never been big on Austin Jackson, but everybody accepted him. He's good enough. He holds it down enough. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Austin Jackson ain't a great right tackle either. And to be quite honest with you, he's not even a good right tackle. He's an average right tackle. Austin Jackson is average. But can I be honest for a second? I truly do believe that Austin Jackson is an average left tackle. But we're so desperate for O-linemen, like good O-linemen, that we will make an average guy seem good. Austin Jackson's a good tackle. I mean, he's not elite, but he's good. When in reality, he's just average. He's just average. Plus the injuries. And this is what we're going to war with. On paper, the line is worse than last year, and that's saying something. We were terrible last year, and on paper, we got worse. Last year, the line ranked 32nd in running back stuff rate, last in the league, and 31 in short yardage conversion rate. They did not get push up front in the ground game, ranking number 26th in yards before contact per rush. Making matters worse, they ranked number 1 in offensive holding penalties most of the NFL since 2019. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Let's take this down for now. Let's talk through this, man. It's just not good, right? But I want to talk to y'all about the bigger problem that a lot of us may not even, we don't even want to talk about. We don't even want to talk about. We're going to talk about it though. But before we do, there's another, there's something else I want to show you. Oh man, did I delete it? Y'all give me a second. Here it is. Give me a second. All right, let me bring this up. Let's bring this up. This also was dropped today. Drop back tendencies by arrival time of pressure, right? And this is a quarterback stat. The first group of 3 is less than 2.5 seconds. The next set of 3 is more than 2.5 seconds. If a quarterback has less than 2.5 seconds before they get rid of the ball, before they're pressured, this is what the breakdown is from check down, scramble, and sacks. Same thing with more than 2.5 seconds, check down, scramble, sacks. This shows Tua Tagovailoa had 99 dropbacks, obviously, because he got hurt, right? And when he has less than 2.5 seconds, 14% of the time, he checks down. Quick check down. Scramble, 3%, one of the lowest in the NFL. Obviously, and we like that. Sacks, 17% of the dropbacks were sacks. Bad O-line, even when it's less than 2 seconds, the pressure. So when he gets rid of the ball quick, I'm not even happy about those numbers, but that's solid. That's really solid overall. Getting rid of the ball in less than 2.5 seconds. Now, when Tua has more than 2.5 seconds before pressure comes, not before he gets sacked, but before pressure comes, in other words, if you give him more time to throw the ball, here's what you get. The more time you give Tua to throw the ball, he goes up to 26% checkdowns, which nothing's wrong with because nothing's there, check down. Then scramble goes up to 9%. Kind of makes sense, but we don't want him scrambling anyway. But whatever. And sacks go up to 26%, which is my concern. The more time Tua has to throw the ball, the more sacks he's actually taking. It's actually better of an offense for Tua to actually get rid of the ball quick and not have as much time to throw the ball because the numbers are not better with more time to throw the ball. Now, I've also seen this chart on performance, like completion percentage, adjusted completion percentage, and all of that. Yards per this and that. I've seen all of those numbers, and oddly, it doesn't make sense whatsoever. The more time he actually gets to throw the ball, the less productive he actually is. So it makes you wonder, hey, we need to fix the O-line. Is that the best thing for the pass game? Now, there's no question about it. It is going to work wonders for the run game, and that's what you need. But it's weird that in Miami, and this goes all the way back to Flores, by the way, because I used to look at the stats then and make this argument. The more time he has to throw the ball, the worse the completion percentage, the stats, everything looks. Believe it or not. It's crazy. It's absolute opposite of what it should be. So you have to ask yourself, what are we really arguing about when we say, oh, we need a better O-line? Is it for the run game or are you saying for the pass game? Because the better the O-line and the more that they're protecting, the worse off our pass game numbers are with Tua. He thrives in a system that gets rid of the ball quick because you have an option that's wide open. Bam, hit him. Bam, hit him. Bam, hit him. But when you have time to go through reads and process the field, everybody's been arguing with me about this for years now, and I keep trying to tell you guys he's not a great processor of the field. Everything needs to be quick. It needs to be a decisive decision. Hike the ball, look at that linebacker. If he drops to the flat, bam, slant. If he stays home on the slant, bam, flat. If he stays home and the safety's high, bam, seam. Everything's quick. It's not processing the full field in progressions. We run plays that when you hike the ball, you look at a defender, and depending on what that defender does, that other person should be open. You make a quick decision. That's basic level. That's not going through all your reads, reading the entire field so that you can determine what is the best play I can make versus let me make play A or B. That's what Miami offense is. Let me make play A or B. If the player does that, take A. If the player does that, take B. We don't run plays where A, B, C, D, E are all options. We don't. The Miami Dolphins playbook does not run where A, B, C, D, E are all options on every play. Hike the ball, and everybody's an option depending on what the defense does. We've proven this a million times. We have proven this a million times. How do we know? Half the time when we look to the right side of the field, the left two receivers aren't even running routes. They just jogging up and looking to the right to say, okay, did he catch it? We see that. We see it on film in every single game. On every single game. We see receivers on the opposite side of where they're typically going, looking to the opposite side to say, oh, did it work? Like jogging their routes, not going full speed and looking over to see if it worked. And I see a few people in the chat saying this is the Tua hate stream. You're bashing Tua. I haven't said a single thing negative about Tua. This is McDaniel's system. Now, maybe there's something within yourself that feels that Tua may be limiting us in creating this, but that's you. I'm not even talking about Tua right now. I'm talking about the impact of an offensive line. If a hurt dog is hit, they will holler. Hit dog holler, something like that. Didn't even mention Tua. I'm talking about the offense that McDaniel has implemented and how much time we get to throw the ball. What does the stats tell us? Some of y'all exposing yourself, trying to defend Tua when we're not even talking about him. Anywho, but this goes back to the whole notion of what are we actually doing in Miami? What is our identity? What are we trying to do? It's funny how this high-powered offense hit a brick wall and it ain't even come close ever since. We done had healthy moments. It ain't even come close since. Because most teams have already figured out that Miami cuts half the field off. They're trying to get rid of the ball quick. Everybody knows the keys to the Miami Dolphins offense at this point. Now, here's the deal. We get exposed by not investing in the O-line, right? So what does that mean? Do we invest in it now? Now do we invest in the O-line? Y'all tell me in the chat. With the 13th pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the Miami Dolphins select, is it an offensive lineman? Do we do that now? Make it make sense, because now I want to know something. If you do draft a player at 13 to invest in the O-line, who is it going to be and what position do they play? Put it in the chat. I'm going to give you 15 seconds while I sip some water. Put the player on the O-line that we draft, and what position is that? Give me the O-lineman we need to draft at 13, and what position is that? Anybody? 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 Can you give me the position in the name? Look at this. Banks, left tackle, 13. Okay. Can you give me some more names and positions? I want to show you something. Draft Tony Dow at guard. I'm telling you now, you draft me, boy. Man, oh man, I ain't going to be no good, but your boy getting paid. Your boy getting paid. That's all I care about. Booker at left guard. Oh, we going Booker at 13? We going Booker at 13? We drafting a guard at 13 now? All right. Let me get into a point that I'm trying to make here. First of all, if you draft a left tackle, somebody slap me. Do we need a left tackle? Absolutely. But gosh, at what point are we going to say, you mean to tell me we wasted a second-round pick last year on Patrick Paul? Like, nobody want to talk about that. You either of the belief, oh, next man up, it's Patrick Paul's turn, we're in trouble, or draft the left tackle anyway. We wasted a second-round pick. Oh, my gosh. Like, failures everywhere. Make it make sense. And then if we want to talk about, and that's the left tackle situation, whoever you want at left tackle, I'm down to draft the left tackle. But here's my thing. You wasted a second-round pick last year, and on top of that, whatever left tackle you get, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be better than Teron Armstead. Say they're a wash. Say they're as good as Teron Armstead, which is a win. It's a massive win, but guess what? What's the difference from last year's O-line being ranked 28th and 26th? All you're doing is replacing a guy to be ranked 28th and 26th anyway? Y'all think drafting the best left tackle in the draft is just supposed to take us from the 20s to the teens or the single digits? When Teron Armstead was on the team last year and was the 4th best in the entire league? And that's supposed to be addressing the O-line? And all of a sudden we better? Make it make sense. Even if who we drafted ended up becoming the 4th best next year in the league, what much difference is that than what we had with Teron Armstead? Because I'm only talking about right now how we're supposed to get better. Not just replace and be the same. How are we supposed to get better? Now, some people will say, yeah, but TD, you got to start somewhere. Draft the left tackle and keep building. You know what I realized last night? I was thinking about this. I thought about this last night, and it didn't stun me, but I felt stunned because it's aggravating the heck out of me. What nobody wants to officially say, nobody want to officially say this to us. We're already in the rebuild. And they're trying to slide it in without the narrative and everything surrounding it, basically admitting the whole thing from last time was a failure now. We're already in a rebuild. But they don't want to say that out loud. Media, everybody, nobody really want to start calling it a rebuild. Can you name out of a 53-man roster, can you name 5 or more bookend pieces for the future? Bookend mean, oh yeah, we good there. Oh, we good there. Can you name 5 or more bookend pieces on this roster for the future? I'll help you. Waddle, Chop, maybe. A-Chain, maybe. Y'all want to include Tua, that's fine. I'll give it to you. Tua, that's 4. Help me out. Help me get 2 more. Help me get 2 more. Help me get 2 more. Bookend. We have the utmost confidence about their future. Don't give me Jalen Wright. What he do last year? Did he have a year like A-Chain had the other year? Did Wright have that? Don't give me that. Please. Don't give me Zealer. They be trying to trade him in 2 years when he start getting older. Don't give me no Zealer. I like Malik Washington, but I'm talking about bookend. Nice complimentary piece at the bottom of the wide receiver depth chart. Malik Washington. I'm talking bookend. Do we have more than 4? I already said Chop Robinson, Jalen Waddle, A-Chain, and Tua. And I'm being generous to A-Chain and Chop because it's still early. We really don't know. We are assuming because we like what we've seen so far. Some of y'all don't realize how bad it is to only be able to name 4 right now. I should be at least 8, 9, 10, 11 deep for the future. Easy. No, I ain't up. Who gonna add Phillips back to back? Who gonna add Phillips? He might not even be on the roster after this year. Truth be told, right, we're not adding Phillips. Smith, Cam Smith, stop. Stop, Vivian. This is my point. What they don't want to say, but what's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're already in the rebuild. Here's how they hiding it from you. They're going to replace some of the stars now, try to go younger. And next year, Tyreek, Ramsey, Chubb, and all of them going to be gone, and they're going to keep trying to replace them. They're going to keep trying to replace them. And they're going to succeed on a few picks and fail on some others. And we're going to keep playing Jenga. That one didn't work out. We need somebody for there. Now that they're going to keep trying to replace it. Why do I even bring all this up in correlation with the O-line and all of that stuff? Because, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, we're in a rebuild right now, and addressing the O-line at the beginning of your rebuild. And what people don't realize, some people are like, oh, we started a rebuild like 3 years ago. No, this is the official first year for it. Last year, they were like, man, we got to do it this year. They didn't. Now they're just going to try to soft land it so you don't notice and then start rotating people. The rebuild starts right now. The rebuild already started with the Armstead departure, Calais departure. The rebuild starts now. It starts now. And here's part of the problem that we always do in our rebuilds. Every time we rebuild, we waste 2 or 3 key players' prime. Like Waddle, he about to waste the next 2-3 years of his playing history. The next 2-3 years, hopefully 2, but the next 2-3 years, Waddle just gonna add 2 more years to his resume. Ain't do much. Phillips going to be phased out probably, or a major resurgence. We don't know. Chop, we going to waste his rookie contract. And as soon as we ready to say, hey, we want to try to do something now, we got to pay him. This is how this is going to work. You know what, man? Let me stop sugarcoating it. We're in such a deficit from a personnel standpoint, such a deficit. It's scary. Y'all give me a second. Make sure the wife ain't got an emergency. One moment, y'all. Hello? Oh, I know. I got you 5. Oh, I didn't realize it was past 5. All right. All right, bye. Man, I ain't realized it's 5 o'clock. Got a 5 o'clock deadline. Got to go pick my daughter up. All right. But listen, that's where we're at with it. We're such at a major deficit. Think about building the team. Okay, we go get a left tackle in the draft. Wasted Patrick Paul. What we going to do in the second round? Maybe defensive tackle? I don't know. And then go in free agency and get some veteran fillers that ain't long term. And then next year we lose 3 to 4 more of our last big players. And then a draft only truly replace 2 of them and get a few free agents just for temporary. And then we still at this year and next year have about 5 holes. And then we start trying to fill those. And by the time we finally catch up to filling all the holes, now all the picks that we're doing right now got to get paid. Now we're making decisions again. Well, we ain't going to be able to pay him. We ain't going to be able to pay him. This is why the Dolphins, I'm real adamant. I know they ain't going to do it, but I'm real adamant. Blow it up now. Learn from the mistakes you made. Go get capital. Start building a team with as many young players as you can. You don't have to waste Ramsey's time. That's a young player we can get in the 3rd round, maybe a guard. Why you wasting time on Tyreek this year? Man, you might luck out with a desperate team, get a second. That's a safety or a defensive tackle for the future. Move on from Chubb. Maybe you can get a 6th or a 7th. Man, that might be our next kicker in the draft, so we ain't got to keep paying Sanders. Jonnu got value right now. 4th rounder, maybe 5th. Coming off of his best season. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all go check out BetUS. This stream was powered by BetUS. Take advantage of a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 using code U2150. And listen, BetUS has the 2025 NFL Draft, second quarterback drafted odds. Listen, I'm still going with Shedeur Sanders. Everybody giving all this Jackson Dart hype. Get out of here. I believe it's gonna be Shedeur Sanders. So go to BetUS, take advantage of this, minus 350 on that. What do you think? All right. You go over to BetUS, take advantage of that first deposit bonus. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. We'll be back probably later tonight. I might do something or tomorrow, but we have the Dolphins Collective with me, Doug, Omar, and Poupar tomorrow night at 8:30. I will see y'all soon. Peace. I am out. Love y'all. Oh, real quick. Right before I go, shout out to the homie who gifted the membership. We talked about that earlier. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.